Oh my God.
Yeah, we made it.
There you go. We made it. All right. I got 34 percent on my phone. So I'm hoping we could do this.
Charge it up real quick. Plug it in, or
What happened?
can we? I mean, can you hear me? Oh,
One time for the money.
can you hear me at all? No.
Count it up, count it up. One time for the money, two time for the money,
Okay, we're gonna have to wait. Yeah, I know. I don't even know if I have any.
two
You
time
go
for the money,
fine.
time for the
Do you think I need it too or no?
count it up,
Okay.
count it up.
Can you hear the music?
Does that sound better? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Perfect. Perfect. Okay.
Yes, 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 yes. Okay, great. Oh my
Funny
gosh.
thing, I just washed these headphones, so I was like, I hope they work.
All right. Oh my gosh. Ladies, first and foremost, apologies. And honestly, this is technology, right? This is my first
Mhm.
time streaming. I know that you can do it a different way, and I wanted to do it a lot, not on the phone, but it is what it is, and we're gonna work with what we have.
Yeah. I'm excited! Yay!
Me too. I'm like,
Woo.
we're gonna put that song here, the Cash Flow Queen. Let's go. All
Oh, I like
right,
this
one more
one.
time, and I think this is it.
I like this one.
Cash Flow Queens, where are my Cash Flow Queens at? Yes, Dee Dee. Thank God. I'm that cash flow queen. Listen, Janetta right here. Let's go, let's go. Come on, Wahida.
Woo!
Get it, get it, get it.
Oh, it's
Girl,
fun.
Jersey, Dee Dee, we get down.
Woo! It's fun.
Oh, I got me moving fast. They still waiting on payday. I'm out here collecting cash. I'm that cash flow queen. Yeah, I said what I mean. I'm that cash flow queen. Stacking up in my sleep.
This is my 100 grand, baby.
I love it.
I'm that.
Yeah, I'm that cash flow.
Mm.
Woo! I'm that
AI
cash.
generated.
Oh my God, this is so much better. Woo! All right, let's bring it in. First and foremost, I'm gonna have some music in the background, but if it's disrupting, ladies in the chat, please let me know. Welcome to our live with Wahida Aziz.
Yes, yes. I'm
Did I say
excited
the
to
last
be
name
here.
right? I hope
Wahida Aziz, yeah.
Wahida Aziz. I love it. Oh my gosh. So, ladies, before I introduce our beautiful and my rich lady over here, um, let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat. Where are you from? Where are you at? What city? Drop your city. Let's go. And also, let us know, why haven't you started investing? Come on. This is that time, ladies. This is judgment free zone, okay? Judgment free
Absolutely.
zone. ATL. ATL.
Ooh, Atlanta.
L. Okay, Atlanta. Beautiful, beautiful. I know I have Chantel. Chantel is in Florida. Florida. Um, okay. So tonight we're gonna talk about why women are better investors. All right. Why women are better investors. But before we dive in, let us know why the number one reason why you haven't started investing. Hello, Vanessa. Hello. Who is the goat saying hells no? Hells yeah. Hell oh, he's saying men are better. You guys led straight.
We're gonna show some stats where that is
Bring it.
absolutely
Bring it,
wrong.
Wahida. Bring it. That's why I got you here, girl.
Yeah.
No, men are not better investors. Women are. Women are. Yes. Keep on coming. Want to argue? Let's go. Actually, show me your account. Show me your account. All right. So, what's the reason why a woman probably made the stats? Whatever. I know what my account says. What does yours say? What does yours say, baby? All right. So, I'm trying to see. All right, ladies. Number one reason why you haven't started investing. Let's go. And if you're a man, go ahead. Why haven't you invested too? If you're a man and you have invested, put it in the chat. Let's go. Bring it in because we're bringing stats today. All right. He said it says 1 mil. Un millón nada. 12 millones. Seeds in Spanish. So, real quick, I want to introduce myself. My name is Brenda Paz. I've been investing for the past 25 years. I started when I was 20 years old. I started with 25 a month, knowing nothing. I didn't speak English. I was after in my 20s, I was a single parent and I didn't know anything about investing. And I basically just took the bull by the horns and I rode that thing. Okay. And I started learning how to invest. And that's what we're going to talk about today with the beautiful Wahida. And now what I do is I teach women how to invest. And I do coach, but for the most part, I have a community called Feminine Finance Mastery Community where I teach women, especially mindset, because that's one of the things that women they have so much fear, okay, because the information is all over. We're living in the age of information, and but women are still scared. So that's what we're here, Wahida and I are here to basically break those barriers and use that feminine side that it's not that scary. And we have a man here that says men are better, women are better, okay, because once because of that fear, once you start learning, let go of that fear, you become a better investor. That fear actually helps you. So we'll talk about it more. I don't want to get too deep, give away too much. So today we saw her on YouTube and I'm like, her story is similar to mine and there's similarity there, so I had to reach out to her. So welcome and thank you so much for joining us, and I want you, just to talk about yourself, like how did you get started, and spill the beans, girl.
Yeah, of course. First of all, thank you so much for inviting me here. I'm so excited. Like, you reached out. I'm like, hell yeah. I love what she's talking about, what she's doing. Absolutely. So super excited to be here. But yes, my name is Wahida Aziz.
Okay, I'm gonna turn a little bit so they can hear you.
What my name's Wahida Aziz. I got into the whole personal finance, wealth management world because I felt completely lost. So, a year into my first job after college, we had a town hall meeting. HR was going over their benefits, like 403B, which is a retirement account, HSA, and I'm like, what the hell are they talking about? I looked around the room and people are like, yeah, nodding along, like they understood. I'm like, oh fuck, it's me. Like I'm the one that doesn't understand. I'm like, I'm the one that's behind. I was like, in that moment, I was just looking around the room. I'm like, am I dumb? No, the answer is no, and neither are you. But
No, but those are the questions that you actually ask yourself because you're like, okay, listen, I know I work in financial technology, right? Technology. I have an MBA or I have a master's or a bachelor's. Why can't I understand what they're talking about? So I
yes.
totally get it. Go ahead.
No, so I went home that day and I did a deep dive into everything personal finance. I started like watching the YouTube videos like this one. I started listening to the podcast and reading the books. And then at the time, I was working at a university. So I started in the nonprofit world. And a perk about that was I could take classes for free. So I started taking finance classes. I was like, okay, teach me something about money, please. Um, and that was what, 7 years ago now, 8 years ago. And I haven't stopped. And it's led me to go from uh, learning about it to now being good enough to get into the wealth management field. I worked in wealth management in the personal finance world for about 5 years. And then I left actually back in April because they okay, we're going into to a tangent, but they were like, hey, I was like, hey, can I take a vacation in April during tax season? And they're like, no, we need all hands on deck. And I'm like, well, actually, I'm just going to leave anyways because I got some money saved up. So that's what happened a few months ago. But I was in wealth management for a good chunk of years. And then throughout that whole time, I knew I needed to bring this back to my community. I was like, I can't just serve the wealthiest of America, right? Like I have the certifications. I passed the certified financial planning exam. So I have the knowledge to move money for the wealthiest in America.
See what yes.
But
Okay, so real quick before you continue, this is the secret right here. This is why I'm like so glad that you're here because you were in behind the scenes.
yeah, I saw how the money's moved. I saw how the millions moved. I had a peek behind that curtain. And the main takeaway from all of that is like I've learned all of this information, but the main takeaway is like for 95% of us, our money's just not that complicated. So you don't have to
So
pay
easy.
someone like me. Well, not me anymore because I don't work in that field anymore, but you don't have to pay someone to take care of your money. Your money's just not that complicated, I promise. So like you are smart enough today to get
So
started.
so real quick, I'm having a little glitch on your end, but can you tell me? So I know that when I look into these funds, for example, they're over. I mean, I've seen over 10,000, maybe even more, like 30, 40. I don't even know. Okay. But I know it's over 10,000 funds out there that women and men can pick to start investing. But if they don't know how to read them, which is what I teach, right? I teach them how to look at them. They're not only, well, actually, before I continue, go ahead and explain, like, if they pick a fund and they don't know what they're picking, they're not only paying the advisor, but they're also paying ton of fees in their mutual funds. Can
Yeah,
you talk
yeah.
more about that?
Of course. I'm gonna hold this a little bit closer to me. Let me know if that works. If not, I can switch to wireless headphones. I
Okay.
caveat, I washed these like 3 days ago. Oops. So I apologize if the audio is a little shitty. My bad.
That's okay.
um Yes. So when you are looking at index funds and mutual funds, there's a few things that you want to take into consideration. The main thing are fees. So you're wanting to look at the expense ratios, and that expense
Yeah.
ratio is saying how much does it cost you to be invested in this. So if expense ratio is 0.03% and you invest $1,000, that means you're paying 0.03% times $1,000 or however much you put into it, right?
Mhm.
But there's expense ratios that are a lot more expensive than that, right? Like if it's actively managed, like the more hands off you are with your money, the more you're
Mhm.
paying someone else to do it. And so when it comes to a fund, if it's actively managed by somebody else, you're paying for that. And there's stats out there saying that actually most of them don't beat the market, so you're paying for nothing.
They do not. They do not. I'm glad you said
Yes. Um, so yeah, expense ratio, the big thing. Load fees, like front load and the
oh
end
my
loads.
God.
There's a ton to like look into, but main thing is the fee, expense ratios, and if you are paying an advisor. Like I'm not against advisors, but I just think most of us don't need it because we're smart enough to do it ourselves.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm so glad that you touched on that because those are the things that I tell the ladies. I'm like, stick with this. Stick with this because get the education. Right? Because I know when I first started, I thought I was rich at 35K. Okay. So because
That's
I,
a lot of
when
money, though. Okay.
girl, when you come
That's
from nothing and you see 35K in that account, you're like, whoa, that is a nice, chunk of
uh-huh.
change. Then
Mhm.
of course, once you reach, I just noticed once you reach a certain amount of money, the financial institutions start calling you. And they're like,
Absolutely.
right, see, I'm like, that's just my experience. They started calling me and they're like, hey, we noticed you got this amount of money. You need to diversify. And guess where they put me, girl?
And where
They
they
took.
put you?
I was 29 years old. They took $10,000 out of that 35K. Maybe I had 50. I don't remember. And put it in an annuity.
Oh gosh.
Exactly. So I didn't know anything at the time, and I was like, okay, don't put. He sold me with, don't put all your eggs in one basket. I'm a veteran, so this was USAA. I'm gonna put him on blast. But yeah, they told me, oh yeah, we charge 1%. We can manage your money. So the the I don't the investor inside of me, I'm gonna call it, yes, the investor inside of me was like 1% of a million, because I said it in my head, I'm gonna be a millionaire, right? And I said 1% of a million because I know I'm gonna have a million one day in that account. 1% of 1 million is almost 10,000, $11,000, right? $10,000. I said that's a lot of money a year that you're paying these people
Mhm.
for and actually to eat your money, because that's only paying them. Not
Mhm.
That's not including the front load fees and the rate and the expense ratio and all this junk,
Mhm.
right? So
Mhm.
I was just appalled, and I had another coworker asking me about it, and I was like, "Hey, are you having the manager?" I'm like, "Yeah, but I'm gonna take my money out." I said, "1% is a lot." The thinker. I'm an analyst, so I'm always thinking, right? And I'm always thinking how to maximize my money and how to like have more in my pocket. And that's one of the things I also teach is pay yourself first, right? How do I make more money? Me. I don't care about anybody else. I want to make money first. Then everybody else get paid. So it's just appalling to me at the amount of fees that, and if you don't know, they're just gonna tag it on, tag it on, tag it on. I even asked a coworker recently, just for curiosity. She knows I got a book about investing, max it out, and and I told her, I said, "Hey, do you manage your own money?" Because she's very smart. She's a project manager. We're in technology, so she has it managed, and I'm like, you could totally do it yourself. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just, I don't know. Knowledge is power, I say. So this is so good. So Didi, real quick, Didi said that she found it difficult, right? But she's trying to learn, truly learn. And Didi, stick with us, girl. You're gonna learn, and you're gonna love it, because it starts with wanting to learn. And okay, so now let's go
And
with
just
why.
before you move on there,
Yeah,
like,
go right
yes, it's
ahead.
wanting to learn, but it's also like you don't need to learn everything to get started. You can course correct, right? Like start now, put it into like a S&P 500 index fund, and then you can be like, oh, actually, I want to like change things up. Okay, do it. Like you're still farther ahead than you were a year back. Like course
Yes.
correct as you kind of figure out your investing strategy.
Where's my mic? Where is? I'm dropping a mic. Okay, I'm dropping a. Listen, look, I'm dropping my mic. That's exactly what I tell the ladies. Like, you don't need to know everything. What I teach is a three. You can either do a three fund portfolio, right? A three fund portfolio of indexes, which is usually U.S., international, or bonds, or you can do the target date. That's it.
Mhm.
One is hands on and one is hands off automatically. You can just do that, right?
Yep.
It's that simple. but of course, you have to learn how to read it, and that's where we come in. I know you're not. Are you coaching or what? You just on YouTube
I'm
and
just on YouTube right now. Yeah,
okay,
not
okay.
coaching.
So right now, I was coaching one-on-ones, but I'm kind of coming off the one-on-ones because I noticed that the women have this fear that it's just I don't even know how to explain it. The crippling fear. Have you experienced that? Not you in per se, but like anyone that you probably coached before.
Yes, all the time, all the time. And a little bit me. Like honestly, that's why I spent years trying to get good with money. Like I was like, how the fuck do I manage my money that I got good enough to do it for other people? Like, what
Yeah.
the hell? Like I never meant to be in this world. And, like that's how much it affected me. I'm like, am I doing it right? Let me like learn everything. I'm like, there's no reason I needed to do that. Like I'm glad
You
I
don't
know
right.
how.
You don't even like okay. So really quick, I don't do trading. I just had a lady ask me about trading. I said, ma'am, no.
No.
Ma'am, no. I don't trade. Do you trade?
I do not know.
What are your thoughts about trading?
So trading is hard. It's very hard. It's hard to get right. Less than what 10% of people are able to do this profitably. So it's like when you're trading, you have to know when to come. You have to be right twice. You have to know when to come into the market, and you have to know when to get out of the market, and you got to do it right both times to make money.
No, wait. You cut off. You cut off. Can you
Oh,
repeat that again?
yes. Again. I was saying when you're looking at day trading or trading in general, you gotta know you have to be right twice. You have to be right when you come into the market, like when you're buying, and then you have to be right when you're getting out of the market.
Yeah.
To do one is hard. To do it twice is so difficult. The professionals get this shit wrong. Like just
Yeah.
like Google it and you'll have slews of studies. So this isn't
Yeah.
like this this information is out there, but professionals are like actually they like to make it seem like it's hard, like you can't do it. So then you're like, okay, take my money and like do it for me. But like,
And
no, keep it
yeah.
simple. Keep it simple.
Keep it simple, ladies. But the thing is, you have to start, Dee. So it's when you have fear. Fear is stems from the unknown, right? You don't know what you're getting into. You're scared. We value money so much. We value. It's like buying a Louis Vuitton. Your money is so valuable that anything you lose, you rather pay. Women rather go to get I mean, I got my nails done, but I'm gonna say it. I can get my nails done, but I have my bank account straight. I can say this, right? Women rather pay for an expensive perfume. Women rather pay for a bottle service. Women rather pay uh for like 100, 160, $200 nails. But they don't want to
But they don't
invest.
want to.
They don't want to invest because it's scary because you're thinking I'm gonna lose money. Well, you just lost $200 doing your nails, right? Because you're going to be pretty for like a week, 2 weeks, and then you got to redo it again. Well, the stock market isn't linear. It goes up and down, right? And the longer you stay, the better because you'll buying low, high. Like it'll average out 7%, 7%. And Wahida, I lost you, baby. You might have to come back on.
I'm here. I'm trying to switch over to like a different headset since you're
Go
saying
right
I'm a
ahead.
little cutting in and out. What was that?
I'll continue talking while you're doing it. So the fear comes from not knowing, right? So you have women like Wahida, and this is one of the reasons why I said the people that I want to help are the ladies. I love men have enough. They have. They're gonna kill me on this. They're on live. I'm gonna be like daggers on me, but they men have had education when it comes to finances and making money, business all the time for years. Us women, we haven't. We just got right the rights to do things, okay? To buy a house for crying out loud, right? And we needed a husband back in the day. We
1970s
appreciate
is
that
a
we and
1970s is when we
start.
got the right to like get a bank account, all that shit. That's
Yeah,
into like
yeah,
our parents
lifetime. Fucking crazy. Not to interrupt.
Absolutely. And like we couldn't do this. Now we can. And this is why I'm like, no, I'm gonna teach the ladies. And I'm gonna be real transparent. Sometimes I want to give up. Look, I'm dropping the mic. Sometimes I want to give up because the fear is so strong. I'm not asking the ladies to go hard $200. I mean, I want, that's what I want. I want someone, one of the ladies that like, what, I'm ready to invest. Screw this, right? I'm gonna trust you, and I'm gonna put 200 a month. I'm not taking your money. The money's going to your bank account, and we're just making sure that it grows. That's it. That's it, right? I'm just telling you, you can become a millionaire in a few years if you go ham. I mean, if you've heard of the FIRE movement, right, which is financial independence, retire early. There's people that they lose the fear. They're like, listen, I want to retire right now. I'm sick and tired of this crap. I'm gonna put half of my paycheck into a brokerage account or wherever they have. Well, you utilize all of the retirement vehicles available to you, right? And then later on, you go ham on that brokerage account. So these are the type of things that I teach. And then you could retire a millionaire in a matter of years, right? But you have to stop. That fear is what's gonna stop you from even getting started. So and I just had a cohort, a beta cohort on my school, Feminine Finance Mastery, and I taught a few women who just dove in. They dove in at like one of the cheapest price. Okay, coaching with me now, mind you, 25 years experience. I took them through 6 weeks of net worth, budgeting, also debt. Then we went ham on investing, and then I'm creating a course with that. So you know I'm hoping that the ladies really really get motivated and want to do this, because honestly, like, they can have the information for free, but why have it free when you have two ladies here? Wahida has a YouTube where she put all her content. She's a wealth management lady here, a wonderful resource. And then you have me, who I have the community with the ladies. So it's just taking that leap of faith that there are women out here. There are people that are trying to help you build wealth, especially like for me. I come from a third world country, right? I don't like calling a third world country. I just come from Honduras, and I come from, because there's rich people in Honduras. It's just, unfortunately, I was born not with a silver spoon. I was born with dirt in my feet and my hands. So I had to learn the hard way. We some people come in hard to this world, and some people come in rich. So it is what it is. I was dealt with those cards, and here I am. So uh let's talk about why women are better investors. So I know you have some stats for us.
Yeah. Why women are better investors? Okay. We're less emotional. You like it or not, believe it or not, like, we're less emotional. Women are better investors because we stay the course, which means we feel that we're scared when we're before we start investing. We feel like we don't have enough information. We're like, I don't know how, I don't know when to start. I don't feel comfortable to start. But once you do, we actually are better investors than men because we're less emotional, because we stay the course. When things are volatile, the stats are showing that we stay the course. We're not like selling out of stocks. We're not buying different stocks. We're not day trading. We're not getting into crypto, which is so volatile, right? Um, and I'm not saying like don't ever buy crypto or anything like that, but just like know your risks, right?
Hmm.
There's been studies, so Fidelity did a study, UC Berkeley did a study, Wells Fargo did a study. So these are three huge and like huge companies. They all did the study, and Wells Fargo, I mean, well, Fidelity found that 0.4% women do better investing than men by 0.4%. So it's not a huge number, but it's more than what people will think. People think, oh, men are better investors, men know the money. No, actually, like when we get our money invested, we do better. So yes, we might feel scared, but like once we get in, like you're doing great. You're like better than average.
Yes, absolutely. And I'm glad you said that because one of the things that I teach is the femininity and masculinity, right? Like the feminine way, which is, with ease. We don't want to, you don't want to be 24/7 on a laptop looking at candles and sticks and trying that gives you stress. And this is we don't want that. It's not good for our hormones. We have families to take care of. And frankly, trading is gambling because and then when it comes to the masculine and feminine energies and the hormones, we already know. Okay, if you look at, there's two books, the male brain and the female brain, that I read. It talks about the differences between the male brain and the female brain and the hormones, et cetera, and why we do what we do, right? It's like this study that they did. And the male brain loves action, loves hunting, loves games, right? When I go to the park, I see a group of men playing every night just to play, or volleyball just to play. It's like it's very rare. Like I don't see it. If you see it, okay, well, I don't know where you live. Maybe California, because California got nice weather. But typically the trading gives that dopamine, those hits that men love, right? When it comes to gambling and it comes to with trading, they just enjoy it. It's like a game to them. They love playing video games. That's why a lot of us women, we hate when our boyfriends are always playing video games. Tell him to learn how to trade them, but trade good. Don't lose my money. Don't lose my
It
money. If you
takes a
know how
lot
to
of
trade,
time
you
to
better be
learn
good.
it. And
Trade
another
with your money.
thing, like why women might feel afraid or like not wanting to like get in the action, right? It's like we've been told all our lives you're bad with money. We've been told save, and we've been told
Yes.
coupon. We've been told you're a shopaholic. Like all of the fucking movies, all of this, like again and again and again in our heads, it's like women are bad with money. We overspend. All of this shit. All of it's like lies. It's actual lies. Like we can go into studies, right? We can like go into like studies that say like who spends more, men or women. It's men, but because they're spending more on like computers and like sports tickets or whatnot, that's just expensive. But women are like, since we're children, like budget, coupon, all this kind of stuff. And then men and like boys, as they're younger, they're like, you are the provider, be brave, you have to make money, you have to like learn how to provide for your family. So it's like these two different things are put into our heads. And then we grow up and we're like thinking, we're like, oh, of course I'm bad with money because you've been told that for 2 decades, 3 decades, four
Yeah.
decades. It's like
Yep.
it's not
Absolutely.
true.
And it all seeps into the subconscious, right? It's all done subconsciously. If you're not aware, so this is one of the things that I teach the ladies in the community in feminine finance mastery. They go through some abundance activation, going from scarcity mindset, which scarcity is what you learn the first 6 years. So this is all scientifically tested, right? And I'm proven that the first 6 years of a child's life is what kind of drives you as an adult, right? So if you're my mom was one of them. I love her to pieces. She's probably alive. I hope not. She's gonna kill me. Um, she's a saver. I learned to just keep money and save money, and or penny pinch, right? And everything is like, oh, we have to do this. I mean, I don't know if you've seen those shows where see people like take the ketchup packages and put it in bottles. Like that's scarcity right there. It's like, oh my god, it's never enough. I can't. I have to hide this. I have to do that. Like I have to keep money in, and you don't even invest it, right? Because you're so scared that you're gonna lose it. So those are the things that I take the ladies through some activations, whether either music. That's why I do music, right? Just to have fun. And this is one of the things. My goal is like the ladies to have fun when it
I
comes
love
to
that.
money, so that you
I love that.
associate positive things, right? With money.
That's some
When
hard work. That's
well,
like when it comes to coaching and wealth building, like what you're doing, that's the hard work.
it is. It's
The
very hard.
mindset.
It is the mindset, and that's what comes first. And that's what I say. If you hear my dog barking, I apologize, but it is what it is. It's technology. We're living in the age of live streaming, but Yes, ladies. I mean, another thing that I see here is that women seek advice and community, which is good, and that's one of the things that I right, I sought out was advice. I'm like, somebody please help me. I had no one to help me, and I went to Dave Ramsey. Exactly, exactly. He's gonna hate me for this, but Dave Ramsey,
Mm. His advice is outdated, y'all.
baby
Like
steps.
we don't need
Ba-
to
ba-
be we don't need to feel embarrassed or judged or just traumatized by like our money situation. Like there's no need to
he
bully. Oh God.
he like his baby steps because I even did the baby steps without even knowing that these baby steps existed. I was just inadvertently doing it because of what's going on with my situation, right? Paycheck to paycheck. Then I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna save money in my account because I'm tired of living paycheck to paycheck, right? It's like making a decision. Hi, Asia. How are you? It's making a decision that you're sick and tired of being sick and tired of living paycheck to paycheck, right? Whenever you've had enough pain of living paycheck to paycheck, of oh my god, I got the rent's due and I can't pay for it. That's when you need to make that decision and say, you know what? The hell with this. I'm gonna start saving money. All right. Not money in my. I call it. I call me. I told my daughter I love the pieces. I said, You're doing the Mimo. You're doing the Mimo." She's like, "What is that? Money in, money out. Don't be Mimoing." I don't know if I coined that today, but stop Mimoing. All right. Money in, money out. Money in, money out. I'm like, wait a minute. Save some money, right? Like, I know I want a Ferrari. I want a Aston, Martin. I want $1 million home, but I, I'm gonna get there. But that doesn't mean I'm gonna go buy me $1 million home when I can't even afford it, right?
And honestly, like with the saving money, absolutely. But also like trick yourself into saving. Automate that stuff. Put the money from like your paycheck to your savings direct. The day you get paid, send that shit to like a savings account or like your investment
Yeah.
account or both, right? It's like trick your mind. Like if you don't see it, you don't know it's there, and then it's like, oh, you live your life like you made
Pe-
less.
Period. And one of the things I teach is automating stuff. Automate it. Set it, forget it. Set it, forget it. Leave it alone. Leave it alone. Don't even look at it. Just
Yeah.
take what you learn. Take what I'm teaching you. And I even tell the ladies, don't only listen to me. Go find out more information too. After you've taken my course, I need you to go read these books. I need you to go more education. Don't just listen to me because I'm I'm just educating what worked for me. I'm not. That's another thing. I can't even as educators. We're like walking a thin line because investing is very regulated, right? So we're walking a thin line to educate you there. I mean, maybe Trump might try to shush us up. I mean, I'm not no shade on Trump supporters, but he's executive orders left to right. So he might say, you know what, stop talking about money. As a matter of fact, ChatGPT censored me the other day.
Ooh.
I told ChatGPT to write. I wanted to do a pretty little like infographic that had like money symbols. They're like, no, we can't do that. Uh huh. Uh-huh. They will not put any money symbols because they don't want people to because there's like the trading world and people lying, right? There's people women are paying hundreds and thousands of dollars to learn how to trade. I'm like, "No, ma'am. No."
Get the basics down first, okay? Like I get it. Like people are wanting to like get a quick buck and whatnots, and they want to like. I've seen it like in the wealth management world too. They're like, okay, yes, yes, I think you're a professional, but like, I think I can beat you. We're like, fine, like do it. Just like only take out some money where if you lose it, your life isn't gonna fall apart, right? Like, uh oh, better? Are we there? Okay.
Wahida like that. Okay, I don't even know her. I feel like I know you for a long time,
Right,
and I
like we're
really like
such
you.
on we're on the same level, like very
We're
similar
no, we're
level. Like,
friends now. We're BFFs. We're finance investor BFFs, and we're gonna be more than that. But you know, I'm glad I found you because I'm like, I'm like, oh my god, like the energy was there. I said she speaks what I speak, and it's just so good that you were working the back end because actually, as a matter of fact, the reason why I don't do coaching is because some I've seen some people, some women rather pay and spend. I know this one particular person who spent $5,000 on because a man was teaching how to be an account in accounting or something like that. Okay, $5,000 down the drain, but she didn't want to pay for my coaching. She didn't want to pay for my coaching, but I know because I pay for that accounting because I love education and I'll spend money. I spend a lot of money on just educating myself. And we're in this, and I see her on the same Facebook page, and I'm like, oh, okay. She wants to do this thing, bookkeeping, I think it was. And I wanted to do it. I'm like, just to try. This was a couple of years ago, and I see her on it, and I'm like, well, she didn't even want to take my course, which was a lot cheaper then. Now it's not, well, not the course, but the one-on-one coaching because it's my time, right? She didn't want to pay for it, but she paid for that class, and guess what? She is not doing bookkeeping. So I know women can pay, but they're only going to pay for what they feel safe, right? Or if a man is teaching it. If a man is teaching it. And that's where we go wrong because there's this trust thing, right? The trust. And this is why right now, honestly, I want to stay away from doing one-on-ones like that when it comes to investing and just probably do a course and maybe some questions if they have questions and again like I would also direct them to continue their education. You just don't listen to me, you have to continue and I give them books that help me, right? So what's a book that kind of moved the needle for you?
a book that moved the needle for me
It was like an epiphany to you.
back in my like beginning investing days.
Yeah.
Oof. So it's not a book, but it's a YouTube account actually. It's a financial diet. I don't know if you're familiar
Okay.
with Chelsea
Mm-mm.
Fagan. She's very much like kind of our vibe. Um, very much very feminist, very like every woman needs to get rich. So like that was like my wake up moment of like, oh,
Yes.
I need money, like for me, because when money comes into the hands of women, what happens? The entire world gets better. This is true, right? Because
Yeah.
when we have more money stays in the community, more money goes to education for kids, more money goes to education for us. Um,
Yes.
and we're more charitable inclined, so we will donate more. So, like,
Yeah.
you want the world to be better, put more money in women's hands.
That's it. Absolutely. You know what? I'm glad you said that because the next reason why women are better investors is because we're goal oriented, right? And not ego driven. So again, we talked about men wanting to beat the market. Oh, I'm going to get all this money beating the market. No, no ma'am. No ma'am. And then we invest with purpose. We think about retirement, we think about our children, our kids, right? Education for our kids. 529. I tell the ladies, open up. I regret not opening a 529 earlier for my daughter. Now I have to I have to find more money to because the little bit that I had invested for her college, it's gone. It's done. I already used it, right?
College is
And I don't
expensive.
qualify. We don't qualify because of my salary. We don't qualify for financial aid, so I'm kind of screwed. You make it to pay like
All
you know what I mean?
you've come though, right? It's like
Hell
like
yeah.
at the because I come from a very like similar like socioeconomic background of like yeah, I was like a free lunch kid for sure. Like low income, grew up low income. Now it's like, oh shit! Like I just got off my Tesla the other day. I'm like, what the fuck?
I was free lunch kid. I like the school lunches. Damn it.
Yeah.
I
It's
like the
like, look how
pizza.
far
Okay.
we've come. Oh, that pizza was good.
The pizza was delicious. So those are the things, right? This is so good, ladies. How are you feeling? How are you feeling? I wish we had more ladies on, but you know what? That's okay because we're gonna have the replay. Hopefully, we've had so many problems today with the Zoom. I'm gonna get it right because I don't. I think that you can do another one with me, right? Like,
Absolutely,
and
absolutely.
bring another topic in.
I'll
Um,
bring better headphones.
and I'll fix the Zoom. Okay. Okay. I'm glad, ladies. And then okay, so why women don't invest? Let's go back to why women don't invest. Right. Again, we're going back to fear. Right. Lack of knowledge. We're living in the age of information. And so you know what? When we were talking together, so we did Wahida and I, we did like a Zoom to meet up, like an icebreaker. We were talking about like how you have taught people to invest and they don't do it. There's no action. How action is important, ladies. Action. All right? Because I could tell you, I'm going to tell you right now, it took me 7 years to get my sisters to invest. All right? So I get it.
Believe
My
it.
other sister, I started when she was 18. She didn't really start investing until she was 24, but she was young, right? But it doesn't matter. Is that it's, I don't know. I want to beat I want to just grab you and be like, invest, cuz but you can't do that. We can't do that, right? Like you have to feel safe. But it took me like 7 years to get my sister to be like, "You know what?" And sometimes it's because they're getting so close to retirement. They're in their 30s like, "Shit. I should have listened to you in my 20s."
I mean, that's true, right? Because that's the stat though. That's the stat though. We as society will talk about sex a lot faster than we'll talk about our money. Like, it's like, do not be embarrassed about your money, please.
I only have to do it with 25 a month. Literally, there's funds out there that are zero everything. I don't know in Schwab, I don't know in Vanguard, but I know Fidelity has it. And the platform that I actually teach is Fidelity because that's the one I use, of course. But you can
Okay.
use anything you want, right? And as long as you learn the principles of, I call them the four core principles of what you're looking for, right? In my course, and actually my course is almost done, ladies. Almost done. Okay, bear with me. I've been staying up till like 2 o'clock in the morning editing. Last night I was like, editing, just to get the course nice and right for you ladies, so that when you decide, what, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna go ahead and invest in my education and get knock this out. So I know I have Didi who took, I have another course is very, hey Chantel, hey babe. It's called Dividend Goddess, where I teach the ladies how to invest in dividend ETFs, right? So they open a brokerage account as a step-by-step kit. They go from step by step how to open a brokerage account all the way. So it doesn't have any mindset. This is for the lady who just want to say, you know what, screw it, I'm just gonna go do it, right? It was $27 with the community, but now it's like $47. Cheap, right? Cheap education, so cheap. And they go in there and then they invest in ETFs that yield dividend. And I showed them how to look at the dividends. So those are the things that I like to do. But the other course that I'm creating has like everything in it, like all the bells and whistles. But important is
A good,
take
good
action, even
deal.
when you,
A good deal.
yeah, right, isn't it? Like
Absolutely.
the other day I was like, I'm gonna put it up to 100 because these advisors are not. They're gonna like they charge 1%, a million.
absolutely. I worked at a firm that did that, right? And sometimes we would charge tens of thousands of dollars, right? Because they were multimillionaires. We're bringing in a lot of money. I mean, we were
Listen,
also
I've
giving a lot of
considered.
value, but like it wasn't for the majority of our clients. It was like y'all can do this yourself, you know?
Yeah, yeah. I was watching a show too, and we've been on for a while, but I don't want to keep the ladies. They might be bored. But there. I was watching a Netflix, well, two, because I love watching money stuff, right? About especially minorities. I'm going to bring it into minority. These are all athlete, black male for the most part, and it saddened me on how quick they lose their money because they lack the education. You see them, balling, handsome man, making millions of dollars. They don't know how to keep it. They become they then they get hits in the head. They have no medical, nothing, and then they're crying, struggling because they can't even pay. They can't pay for any of the medical for the family. That they come in repo because you buy a $1 million home when you only got a $1 million contract. Make it make sense.
And you can see it like with
Or 10 million, but
there you can see it with
go ahead.
lottery winners. Within less than a decade, they'll lose it all. Same thing. There's just the knowledge isn't there. You gotta
Absolutely.
have that knowledge.
And it's so simple. It's so simple. I wish that I can get some of the, like, Cardi B. I mean, I hope she has somebody that's teaching her how to invest. I was like, listen, girl, just pay me a couple of dollars. Let me teach you. Let me teach you. Just pay me for my time. You know what I mean? That or come to the YouTube channels, right? Like, just
It's honestly, it's like the Cardi B level kind of clients. They're probably the ones who are like, actually, you're making a shit ton of money somewhere else. Go do that, and then pay someone the thousands and thousands of dollars to manage. Those are the type of people where it's like, actually, like maybe they should hire someone. That your money complicated as fuck, right? Like hire
right,
somebody.
right.
But like
You know
everyone
what?
else,
And you know
like,
what?
oh,
That's a
let me
good
do
point.
it.
That's a good point because when your money is complicated because you have business in here, business in here, business in here. Okay, you know what? Absolutely, you have the capital to hire. Great point. But you know, the average folk, we don't have all these craziness going on for the most part. I know I don't. I have my house. I got a business. But I utilize the retirement tools that I'm given to build wealth, like your Roth IRA, your 401k, your brokerage, your HSAs, your everything. And every single one of these accounts I talk about in the course. Pre-tax accounts versus tax accounts. There's a whole flow. I call it the hierarchy of investing, right? And I mean, I make it fun. That's the point. I make it fun. So,
So, you want Cardi B money?
so I wanted to ask you, I turned $25 a month into multi six figures. Can you share with us about how much do you have, or
Yeah,
you've
actually,
invested?
I started investing probably when I was like 21, about $50 a
Oh,
month into my accounts. I'm 32 now, and I'm right under 500,000. I think if I do my calculator again, hopefully I'm at 500,000.
I love it. I love that. See what I mean? But if you knew then what you know now, because you started like me, you started with 50, right? I started with 25, but I didn't know what I was doing. I called them, I'm like, hey, listen, I only make 11,000 a year here in the military. Can I do it with 25? They're like, yeah. Okay, well, just here, 25. I don't know if that was in a Roth. And I'm like, I didn't know where they were putting the money in. I just trusted them. I'm pretty sure they put me with a lot of front loads and a lot of and a lot of fees, but I didn't care. I just said 25, and that kept growing and growing and growing. Then when I as I was going up in ranks or, making more money, aka making more money, I put $50. Then another year, I said, I'm gonna do 100. Then I started liking it, ladies. That's how you do it, right? Then you start loving it. You start embracing it. You're teaching your brain, right? We're gonna go science here. We're gonna go scientific here. You start teaching your brain and your nervous system that you're safe with money, that money's safe, that you all of a sudden I hit 30, 33. I was like, max it out. That's what I call my book, Max It Out. I'm like, I need to max this out, baby. And that's what I
I
do.
love that.
Right?
I love it. Yes. I love a
All
max out
right.
account.
Oh, hell yeah. Max that shit out. Like, I don't know if they're going to cut us off because I said the word. So, real quick, let's go in the chat, ladies. Any questions before we end our session with Wahida? And I'm going to put some music in the background. Yeah. Any questions before we exit? I really hope you enjoyed this session, ladies.
I'm all like, I enjoyed it too. I love your energy.
Oh, you too. No, I appreciate it. And thank you so much. This is not the last time, I know, okay? Because there's so much to talk about in investing, and we want to make it fun, right? Like, that's me. Make it fun, where we're like, enjoying our topics. Any question? No, but very informational. Thank you.
I love it.
Thank you, ladies. Thank you for you taking time. I mean, 50 an hour, right? Just being here with us with the technical complications. Again, technology happens. We're gonna make it better. This was my first one, and this is not the first time she's doing lives.
I'm coming back. I'm coming back. If you want me back, if y'all want me back.
Right. So we're gonna exit with our wonderful Cash Flow Queen song that I created using AI. Cash Flow Queen. I'm the Cash Flow Queen. I'm the Cash Flow Queen. And wait a minute, where can they find you?
You can find me on YouTube at Investing Coach W. I teach women how to invest even if they are the first in their families to do so.
Woo! There you go. Go follow her.
Future sons, flip the money like Sunday punch, all gas, no brakes, just guts.
Get it, get it.
She's living, she's my hope.
Hey! Cash Flow Queen.
You're out of your seat. I love it.
Because we like money. Complicated money.
Complicated money, yes.
I got 10% of my battery. Yes.
Oh, only took 20% to do this.
Oh, man. All right, my love. Bye.
Bye, y'all. Thanks so much. This was so great. Thank you for having me. Mwah.
You're welcome.